we would like to make life simple.
Yeah.
The few now, I'm putting my personal finance hat on rather than just an insurance hat on. The basic mantras which I want to, or the principles I want to apply on any financial decision purely invest. Because if someone is coming to ULIP, I'm assuming it's not coming for insurance but for investments.
Right.
The investment should be liquid. It should be transparent, growth oriented. ULIP tends to miss out on most of them, or even worse, the traditional endowment plans use kind of even go further bad on these parts.
Right.
They are illiquid. Once you put your money, 5 years gone. I mean, you cannot even touch that. They're not very transparent in their charges. They tend to be, but if you kind of, their representation to the investment community is not very transparent. I don't see it mostly transparent. You need a little bit of professional background to be able to understand what they're exactly saying.
Right.
And growth oriented, yes, that could be a good part that, okay, you take everything out and then say, okay, they are at least investing in the growth oriented assets. But then do I have other options? And when I say yes, I've got plethora of options out there.
Right.
So hence, for any of our clients, ULIP is a no-go area.
So I just wanted to conclude the ULIP topic by saying that I think more than us, right, it is our parents who are being targeted, right? At least what happened with me was when my parents, my parents obviously keep visiting the bank. I mean, only recently I taught them how to use online banking, UPI and all of that. And they figured it out now, right? Because I taught them 3 to 4 times. But until then, they used to go to the bank. And my dad, every time he used to go to the bank, he used to call me and he used to send me this pamphlet which the sales agent had, and it has all sort of fancy numbers, right? And at the end of the day, it's a ULIP one. It was just named something else, right? So it is easy to convince them, right? Because my dad went to the bank with the intention of putting it into an FD, right? But he's being sold this, which is saying, you'll get 10-12% returns, right? And it is saving you a lot of tax as well. And they'll be like, 1.5 lakh tax exemption. So my dad, he doesn't understand finance properly, so he thinks he's going to save 1.5 lakh tax, right? So all those, confusions happen and they go away and invest. So thankfully, my dad, he runs everything by me, right? Whatever he's going to do before he does the last call. But maybe most of our parents don't do that. They might do it without asking you, right? Because they don't see you maybe as an expert in finance. So it is your responsibility to tell them and educate them so that they don't fall trap into this. Because at the end of the day, that money is going to be your inheritance, right? So you better, educate them as well and, protect them from, making these faulty investments. Because what we just discussed is ULIP is anyway bad for people in our age group, but it's way worse for people in their age group because the charges are much higher. Like 3 to 4 times higher, especially if they are, 50 plus or 60 plus. So now let's go to the next topic and let's quickly.
Sure, before you get into that, just one last thing which I would want to kind of tell your viewers, because I feel that this is the place where we get hammered the most in ULIP space. One of the sub-branch or sub-product of ULIP is called a pension plan. This, if you get stuck, your money is stuck for life. Because it's on maturity when you'll be able to, on retirement, you'll be able to get only 1/3 of your money back.
Right.
And remaining 2/3 will again get stuck for life in an annuity of TAR. So where possible, ULIP is a no-no. If you really want to do pensions, you should run away as far as you can, because you lose your money's flexibility.
So do you have the same opinion about NPS as well? Because there is a mandatory thing for making 60% into 40% into pension.
Now, okay. NPS, I would be a big fan of NPS if they take away this part.
The pension part.
The maturity, the retirement part. NPS is a beautiful product. They share some extra tax rebates which people love, and they get into NPS for that.
Right.
They are at extremely low cost. Brilliant. They give you equity options. Brilliant. Everything is good ticks. It is easy to invest through employer and through your directly one. Place where they get hammered is at the time of retirement, when you get your money back. At that time, you get, I think 40 to 60% of your money is given, and remaining gets stuck again in an annuity.
Right.
Now, I lose my flexibility to manage my retirement pot.
Right.
So the amount which you are saving at tax now is actually blocked later on.
True.
So if they take this one part away from NPS,
I think the government's assumption is that people cannot handle big amounts of money, so might as well give it to them in small parts. I think that is the mindset with which they made NPS, and I think maybe for a large part of India that could be true, because even in life insurance there is that option, right, where you can either give the entire, let's say, 1 crore to your family, or make it like a 2 lakh per month income. And if nobody in your family is well educated, and if 1 crore comes into their hand, very few people will know exactly how to handle that kind of money, right? But if you know how to manage money, because and I'm sure everybody here who is watching here on a Sunday evening about insurance is very, very well versed with how to manage your money, then you should always choose to manage it yourself instead of choosing pension plans and all of that. Now, moving to the next topic, and let's quickly cover this because there are a lot